Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon, and this week we just started Aries season, and we are going into our Libra full moon, which is our final contraction and the beginning of the eclipse season. So it's a whole lot of stuff going on, in particular with this final contraction of the moon going from a super new moon down into a micro full moon. It is applying a lot of pressure on all of us. It is giving us a lot of friction and tension that we are being called to fight against and create our own balance through this moon. And it's been really interesting so far. It's very exciting, especially again, Aries season. We're popping out our heads, we're starting new things, new ideas, spring is springing, all of that stuff. So it's a very exciting new world, and I'm super excited to get into our read, so let's get going. Oh, hey Virgo. Cap this off with, don't let nothing get you down. Just because people don't see or recognize your credentials off the bat, just because they don't see how hard you've worked to get where you are, don't doubt that you are gaining receipts, that you are stacking your stats, that you are climbing up, and we are getting a better control of our air, our thoughts, our mind. We are starting to gain ground in overcoming the mental blocks that have been stopping us up for far too long. I said we were cutting through, working through it. Doesn't say it was easy. Did you ever notice that whenever you start something new, something big, that it seems like everything else around you, all of the chaos starts to ramp up and things all of a sudden start to get harder and harder for no reason? Well, that happens because it's creating friction and it's helping you to build your momentum. Our Page of Cups came out sideways on the opposite side of this Knight of Swords. So, expressions of our heart, expressions of our thoughts, we're doing very well. Expressions of our heart, our emotional self, not so much. But we can work on that. We can put this into our focus. We can allow ourselves to feel feelings. We don't have to cut out our feelings with the sword. We have to temper down our thoughts that surround our feelings. That's where things start to get murky, when all of that wind starts blowing around, all of that water in the air, things start to get a little foggy, a little cloudy, a little unclear. The jets leaving what could be considered chemtrails, which you could call chemtrails, at least I'm looking at them as chemtrails today, right now. As if there is external manipulation of our emotions as well. That, again, we can feel our feelings. What we have to remember is to control the wind that we push around it, the thoughts that we push around those feelings. Are we uplifting ourselves and our emotions? Are we overcoming these waters? Or are we creating more clouds in response? More confusion. more misunderstandings. Fear in the face of lack as well. It may feel very much like you have nothing, but when you have nothing, that is all of the reason to try. Think about it this way. Do you have a home over your head, a roof over your head right now? Is it possible that you could not have a roof over your head tomorrow? If you're in financial straits and it is possible, then that's more reason for you to get up and do absolutely everything that you can today. All of it. Do all of it today. As much as humanly possible. As a Virgo sure likes to do. Of course, we're going to start making noises here. Sometimes I remember to deal with this. Sometimes I don't. There. But yeah. So the more lack that you feel, the more desperation that you feel, the more friction that is building and negative space that is building up around you. Ooh, Mellow Raging Zen. I'll put his stuff down in the description box because he's talking about this actually too. It gives you the power, the momentum. All of that friction gives you the momentum to propel yourself up and over your obstacles and into new situations. Sometimes you need to have those hard, heavy moments, those unwanted thought cycles, simply in order to get you to say, stop it, have enough. Have you had it? Cool, have it. And move on. For real this time. Have you had it? Good. You're supposed to. That's the whole point. 3 cards of like pure aggression. Thanks, Virgo. The moon is in Virgo right now. We're moving towards that Libra balance. So this turned out, like this just kind of like slipped out face down out of the deck. So slyly and so subtly, like I don't even know if you know how many ties and bonds are wrapped around your little head right now, Virgo. I think you thought you knew, but I don't even know if we knew. How much is left? How many spider webs are still up in there? How many karmic cords there still are? How many attachments we've allowed to continue? Just fixing those swords up there ourselves. Tying ourselves back. Like, okay. Here we go. These are the people that I set around myself. This is the situations that I wanted to be in. I'm going to go ahead and put on a blindfold now because I don't know if I want to look at this anymore. Is that helping? Is that getting you out? Or do we need to execute a little bit of discipline to start removing those swords? Because it's all in your mind, Virgo. It's all in your head. Welcome to spring break. Are you ready for this? It's chaos at its best. Alright. I did want to push this just a little bit further. Just to go to show you that this is the beginning of something very beautiful, and you do, in fact, have something that is worthy and deserving of celebration. Yeah, you over there, all caught up in your emotions, feeling like you are up in lack, getting all cloudy and tied up in strange and uncomfortable situations. Did you know that you also came out of this running? That you had already kind of knew all along that you had it? Strength and the Lovers popping up out of there. The courage and strength of self-compassion, and sharing that with not just yourself, but others, with another, with the world, with spirit itself. You're gonna have to do some walking. We're gonna have to do some cutting. We're gonna have to put down some unfulfilling cups and some not productive thoughts. There we go. We got there. And when we free ourselves of these burdens, of these thoughts, that's when we get our emotional satisfaction. That's where we get our completion. It is a rocky, rumbly, turbulent plane ride that we are on right now. But you're in control. You've got this. You're already doing it. Don't forget. We opened this with saying, do not forget who you are, how hard you've worked, and how everybody, they're gonna see it. Once you take off, once you get those receipts, and you can show people, look at this. It's real. Yes, you are. Thank you, Virgo. I hope you have a fantastic moon.